Today, we're looking at one of the best USB microphones I've ever tried. The Elgato Wave 1. Let's get into it. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Adrian Reddix, and today we're talking about the Elgato Wave 1, a USB microphone that is pretty cool. Starting off, the body is made out of plastic with a mesh metal grill, and the base itself is a nice sturdy metal bottom. You can unscrew the bottom from it to put it on a boom arm or whatever with the adapter that comes with it. As far as build quality, it's not as great as, I don't know, like a $600, $700, $800, $900 microphone. But for being $129, $139, it's not a bad build quality. It's not cheap and plasticky feeling. It's what you would expect a $130 some odd microphone to be. On the front of the microphone, there's one button with two functions. The first function is to control the volume of the headphones you're using to monitor with, which it has zero latency monitoring on the back of the device. The second function of the button is a mute button, and we'll do some testing with the mute button in our testing segment of the video. It has a really sleek look. It looks really cool. Elgato is known for making products for streamers, for gamers, and a part of your streaming experience is how your setup looks. So you can have a microphone like this, and it does a great job. This is the Samson Q2U, which we'll be using to compare with the Elgato in our testing section. But it doesn't look as cool. What do you rather see as a viewer? Me talking into this, which it looks really cool. This looks like a boring seminar. Aesthetics is something that's very important when you're talking about streaming. Now, the Elgato Wave is a condenser mic. So what's the difference between a dynamic mic and a condenser mic? A dynamic mic you use in a situation when you can't control your room environment. A condenser mic is something that picks up all those little nuances of sound. That's why in recording studios, they use condenser mics to pick up all the instruments and voices and nuances in both of them. At concerts and other events where there's a very noisy background, a noisy surrounding, it can isolate what's in front of it, be it a voice or a drum. Unlike a lot of USB microphones that are catered towards gamers that try to copy the Blue Yeti, this only has one polar pattern, and that's a cardioid pattern, which lends itself to voice because you can be in front of it and speaking, and it's concentrated on voice. This thing is made for speech. It's not made to play an instrument on. So if you're singing or if you're talking or giving some important speech about why Mario is better than Luigi, I don't know. Another huge part of this microphone is the software you use to run it. It's the Wavelink software. So let's look at that right now. This is the Elgato Wavelink. And what it is the software version of the Go LXR. The Go XLR is a mixer that is marketed towards streamers. And it has a lot of just things that you do. You know, it has different inputs and for your microphones and things like that. But it's $300, $400. With this, you get all the good things about the Go XLR on the audio front. So this right here is your main channel. It's usually going to be your microphone, and you can control your mix. Like this is what you hear through the headphones right here. You can control that. And also you can control what your audience hears on your stream. So you can have yours all the way up to 100, and you can have this down here. What I also like is sometimes your monitoring volume and the volume that goes to your stream is different. So if you want to adjust them at the same ratio, this little link fader right here, you click that and they both go up and down at the same ratio, right? So if I wanted to add, let's say, a game to this, so I would go to the plus sign, go to game, and it'll add whatever game it is. I can specify whatever I really want to specify for that. Or if I want to add a browser for what have you. So you can have Spotify, you can have whatever. You can go up to 9 different channels with that. Also, you can switch between hearing what you're hearing in your radio, your monitor mix, so what you can hear from your headphones back to what your stream hears. And that's very important. Let's just say in your headphones, you're playing with a bunch of friends and they're not loud, but they're loud on stream. So you can go here, like, oh man, they are really loud, and just bring, let's say this was like friends, and you can just bring this down. And now you can still hear your friends, but now they're not as loud in your stream output. And now let's get to testing. All right, so the audio you should be hearing right now is from the Elgato Wave 1. Let's do some tests. The Elgato Wave 1 is a microphone with a cardioid pattern. So that means that most of the information should be, or most of the sound should be coming from directly in front of the microphone. So if I'm talking and I go to the sides, the sound should be decreased. So let's try that out. So this is me talking, and this is me going over here to this side and still talking. And this is me going over here back to the front. And this is me going over to this side and trying to see if you can hear less and less of me. This right here is the proximity effect. This is me getting closer like those broadcasters do, the NPR voice, if you will, getting real close to the microphone, getting that deep broadcaster bass. This is me 3 inches away from the microphone. This is me about a foot away from the microphone. This is me using the microphone without a pop filter. Please, why is it goose or geese, but not moose or meese? Here's me with the pop filter. Please, why is it goose or geese, but not moose or meese? This is the Elgato Wave 1. This is the Samson Q2U. And this is the Elgato Wave 1. And this is the Samson Q2U. Now we're going to see how good this microphone is at rejecting sound. This is me hitting the table. This is me hitting the boom arm, seeing how good it rejects sound on a boom arm. This is the Elgato Wave on a table, and it being so far away, how it would sound if you were using it this far away. And if I do this, how much of that it picks up. If I hit on the actual stand, how much of that it picks up. This is me testing the mute button. Let's see if there's any. And turn that back on. Seems to be that the mute button works fantastic. I don't know why I'm looking over here. I need to be looking right here. Not there. Here. The mute button seems to be working fantastic. So one cool feature of the Elgato Wave 1 in the Wave software, which we talked about earlier, is the clip guard. So when in the heat of battle and you're playing your game and you happen to be loud, the clip guard helps with not making the sound distorted. So let's just say I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm like, oh man, what's going on? No! It's a clip guard. Let's turn the clip guard off and see how much of a difference that makes. Oh no! Ah! I lost and probably died. Oh no! Ah! I don't know if you can hear my wife in the background. She's having herself a good old time. Let's turn the clip guard back on. And here's the clip guard back on. Ah! 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 So this is a Zoom call test. This is the microphone from my laptop. This is how it sounds. This is how great it sounds. Now let's switch over to the Elgato Wave 1. And this is the Elgato Wave 1, and it could make your Zoom calls that much better because let's face it, visual isn't as important on Zoom calls as audio. So the better you sound, the better the presentation is. And just like any type of video, the most important thing is not visual, it's audio. Guys, that's it. This is one of the best USB microphones I've ever tried. It doesn't try to be anything that it's not. It's not trying to be a copy of another microphone like the Blue Yeti USB microphone. It is itself. It's a good build quality. The sound is excellent. The Wave software in it is also excellent. You can't get any better than this for the price, unless you get the 3, which has a couple different features, a mute button on the top, and the control knob has some other features that this doesn't have. Do you need it? I don't know if the $20, $30 price increase is worth it, but it's still a really, really good microphone. Thank you for joining me. If you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this type of video, give me a thumbs down and tell me why you didn't like this type of video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.